Just wanted to say, how did you win 6 tosses out of 7, and how important the toss factor in this tournament?
Yeah, it did play a big factor, to be honest. I tried to play it down as much as I could because I thought at some point in the tournament I'm going to lose a toss and we'll have to bat first. But it did play a big part. You saw at the end there the dew factor. The slow balls weren't holding in the wicket as much. I don't know how I did it. Maybe it was just fate.
Right. Who backed David Warner, especially when he was dropped from his franchise Sunriser Hyderabad during his off-colour performance in the IPL edition?
Did you say who backed him?
Come again?
Did you ask who backed him?
Yeah. I'm asking about David Warner. He was off the colour during IPL second edition. So how did you back him? No one expected that he would be the man of the tournament during this T20 World Cup.
You didn't expect that?
No.
I certainly did. Without a word of a lie, I promise you, I called Justin Langer a few months ago, and I said, "Don't worry about Davey. He'll win. He'll be man of the tournament." I thought Adam Zampa should have been man of the tournament personally, but he's a great player. He's one of the all-time great batters, and he's a fighter. He's someone who, when his back's against the wall, that's when you get the very, very best of David Warner. So. There was a special finish to the tournament for him, the last couple of knocks.
Hi Aaron, Shubhan Chakravorty from TV9 Network. Aaron, a word on Mitchell Marsh. You guys moved him to number 3 spot. Obviously he comes from a sporting rich family, and there has been some talks that he hasn't lived up to the expectations, but what a performer he has been for you guys in this T20 World Cup. So what was the motive behind promoting him at the number 3 spot and demoting Steve Smith down the other, and who is the DJ for the night in the dressing room?
Adam Zampa and Kane Richardson, they're the DJs for tonight. Mitch Marsh's move to number 3 was a really important one in the West Indies. We felt as though he's someone who can play. He obviously plays fast bowling very well. Growing up at the Wacker, he's very, very dominant off the back foot. He's someone who loves a contest, loves a challenge, and we just backed him from the start. We committed to him batting number 3 for a long time. He knew that, and that's all you need sometimes. You need a little bit of backing, and you need some confidence from everybody else. And I think it was the first ball he faced in the practice game, the first practice game against New Zealand, where he hit for 6 also. It just shows the confidence that he has, the confidence we have in each other. It was brilliant.
Hi Aaron, you're the first Australian man to win the World T20. How proud a moment is this for you?
Yeah, it's awesome. It really is. I think there's been so much talk about this being the one that's been elusive to Australia. And to be fair, we've probably underperformed in the past, if we're being honest with ourselves. We've had some great teams along the way. This team's pretty special. The camaraderie, the way that everyone really cares for each other and looks after each other, looks out for each other is pretty special. So, yeah, it's awesome. It's brilliant, and it's great for Australian cricket.
And if you've been told a fortnight ago after the England game that you'd be here now, winning captain, would you believe them?
Yeah, I would have. I think a few things would have had to go on our way to do that, but honestly, we had such a belief in our group that we were good enough that our team and our squad and our extended squad were the right players and as good as anyone in the world. T20 cricket, you need a bit of luck. Don't get me wrong. Of course, you need a bit of luck. And like you said, we won 6 out of 7 tosses, which goes a long way. But we played some really good cricket. We played cricket where we put teams on the back foot because we were aggressive, and it's nice.
Aaron, it's strange that Australia has won 5 50-over World Cups, but this is your first T20 title. Prior to the tournament, did you pinpoint a couple of areas where you would like to do well and address issues moving forward?
Yeah, we knew that the middle overs against spin, particularly leg spin, we understand that it hasn't been our strength. If you look at all into the numbers, it shows that leg spin hasn't been our main strength in T20 cricket or one-day cricket, even Test cricket. So we were really committed to staying positive and aggressive against spin, and that showed tonight. The way that Mitch and Davey played against New Zealand, Shadab got 4 for in the semi-final, but we kept attacking, and we were so committed to that throughout the tournament. We were comfortable to be able to fail being aggressive, because we know that that's when we play our best. I think if you go home and you don't make the semis, or you don't make the final, you're kicking yourself if you're an Australian team and you play in your shell. So that was a real positive for us.
Aaron, could you just sum up the last 6 weeks you've had with your side? I think Stoinis said that you almost sort of love each other. I mean, how far do you think that's been a factor in taking you to success here?
It's unbelievable. It's been brilliant. It honestly has. It's had ups and downs along the way. Don't get me wrong. It's never smooth sailing. There's when you're in bio bubbles and things like that, it's always difficult. Guys get along very well. We've played some golf together. We've hung out. We've been able to relax and just enjoy each other's company. But when you're in each other's company 24/7, of course there's going to be issues at times. But that's a part of being in a team. And as you can hear in there now, there's always music playing in the corridors of the hotel. Everyone's doors are always open. It's been brilliant.
And just on Marshy, I think 2 years ago he said in a press conference that most of Australia hates me. I mean, I'm sure all of you love him. Could you just say a few words on him and how that feels tonight for him?
He is the nicest person you will ever meet in your life. He's obviously a special player. To be able to put up with the critics for so long, when his performances haven't been bad by any stretch of the imagination in any format of the game. If you look at his ODI numbers, they're very good. For him to keep coming back and keep improving when people keep doubting him shows how much of a quality person he is.
Aaron, the festive moment of YOLO, I mean, you guys start in T20 as well now. How confident you are to be continued in the next edition as well? Because next edition will be in Australia.
Yeah, that's quite a while away in terms of cricket time. There's a lot of cricket to be played before then. We're just going to soak this up and really enjoy this one.
Thanks, guys. We'll go across to Zoom as we did the last game. Just one question each, guys, and if you keep your questions quite short, we've got quite a few people with their hands up. We'll start with Idris Malik.
Thank you, Cole. Congratulations, Captain. My question is regarding Mitchell Starc. You know, it's off colour, so how you back up him? He's a world-class bowler, but he is, off colour. So what's to
Yeah,
say?
he's a world-class bowler, and Kane Williamson probably just got ahead of the game against him tonight in them 2 overs towards the middle of the innings. But that's okay. He'll bounce back. He showed how good he is in international cricket. I think tonight you can't read too much into that. That's a team. New Zealand were probably a little bit behind where they thought they should have been after the first 10, and they took a chance and got away with it. So he was, Mitch was brilliant for us and great around the bowlers as well. So that can never be underestimated either.
Rohit Juglin.
Hi, Aaron, congratulations. Just want to ask how you see your individual performance. We see in the past that you were quite open about your performance, be it in dressing room or, addressing it publicly. How you see your performance? And the second part of the question is, do you think that, overall Australian players have played less amount of cricket in last 12 months or 1.5 years? They are very fresh, they are injury-free, no bio-bubble fatigues as compared to other teams. So do you think that this really helped you as a team to achieve this?
Yeah, I think so. Guys' preparations for this tournament were at different stages. Some were at IPL, some were at their state pre-season, some were rehabbing and coming off injury. So yeah, I think that played a part as well. That to be mentally fresh towards the back end of the tournament, physically fresh as well, I think was a really important part. And as for my form, it was poor the last 2 games, 0 and 5. I think 9 against West Indies. Yeah, it's not ideal. But I've always said I'll take no runs and a win any day of the week.
We'll go to Shubman.
Thank you.
Hi, Skipper. So my question is to you is that do you have any particular message for the fans and the media persons who have supported you throughout in this journey?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, we're very, very thankful of the Australian public and the cricket public who have supported us right throughout. it's been special to feel the love, feel the support from home especially. I know that the time zones haven't been ideal to be watching the games. I think they've been starting at 1 a.m, especially the finals. But the amount of people that have been getting up, turning on their alarms and supporting us has been unbelievable, and we're very, very grateful for that.
Srinjoy.
Hi, Aaron. Congratulations on the win. Mitch Marsh was a man of the match, but Josh Hazelwood played a huge role in the first innings. I mean, he in fact is the only player to play both the IPL and World Cup finals this year. I know some of the players pulled out of the IPL, but did Josh give you guys any sort of tip on playing in the UAE after having bowled all those difficult overs for CSK?
Yeah, he was really important with our bowling group. He shared his experience of CSK to be able to.
Close the door.
To be able to share his experience at CSK, I think was really important. The length to bowl, particularly at the end of the tournament, where the wickets start to get a little bit more worn and hard length, which is Josh's specialty, I guess, was tough to hit. So that was really important that he passed on that information. And honestly, his performances in the IPL probably forced his way into the starting 11 over Kane Richardson, who's a wonderful T20 bowler and someone who's been so important for us. But yeah, it was a tough call.
Scott Bailey.
So yeah, Aaron, just one on JL. Obviously, it was only a couple of months ago. There was plenty being said about him and where he's at. What do you think this means for him? And secondly, did you notice any changes in him in this tournament that potentially helped you guys get to this point as well?
Yeah, he's been great. The vibe around the group has been unbelievable. To just how well everyone's getting along. There's, like I said earlier, there's a lot of time spent in each other's rooms and the team room and just chilling out, lunches and dinners and breakfast. Everything is had all together. So I think that just adds to the environment. So yeah, JL's played a part in that as well, and it's great reward for him as well as the players.
Stefan.
Hi Aaron, congratulations. I think I'm right in saying you're on the same flight as the England players tomorrow. Can you tell me what you think the mood might be like, the contrasting moods might be like on that flight, and how Australian cricket might be buoyed into what's coming up over the next few weeks, please?
Yeah, I'm not on that flight, so I don't know how it's going to go. I'm flying home to Melbourne, which is nice, to no quarantine and being with my family, which is all good. So, I think the fact that we had so much support from back home, even through some times when we weren't playing our best cricket and there was some inconsistent performances, I think that shows how committed we are to playing cricket for Australia and how much we love it.
Louis Cameron.
Hey, Finchy, obviously you would have been really happy with how Mitch Marsh went in those West Indies and Bangladesh tours, but Steve Smith had a pretty good record at 3 coming into the series as well. How big a decision, I guess, was that to demote him in a sense, and how close were you to maybe moving Mitch down the order and keeping Smith at 3?
No, not at all, to be honest. It was something we chatted about before the West Indies, and then after it probably just reassured us. And then Smithy was so open to it. Obviously, he'll do anything that the team needs. So the way that we wanted to structure up was obviously be a little bit more aggressive in the power play. We saw how important that was for both either bat or ball. So and Smudge's ability to play spin through the middle added that extra layer of confidence in our group with Stoinis and Matty Wade behind him as well. So that was the way that we tried to structure that up. So that's all it was. It was it turned out to be a nice move.
Matt Roller.
Hi Aaron, just on Mitch again. You obviously left him out against England. Could you talk about how he responded to that decision on the night and then his performances in the next 4 games?
Yeah, he bounced back beautifully. He was obviously disappointed. Everyone is when they get dropped. Don't know anyone who's over the moon when they get dropped. So he was disappointed, but he knew that it wasn't a performance thing. It was only a structural change of the team. We went with a different makeup. So that's all that was. So, but the way that he's bounced back has been unbelievable.
Ben Horn.
Aaron, just another one on JL. I mean, I guess that the discussions that went on there about his performance and what he needs to do was, from the outside looking in anyway, like a very sort of dramatic thing to happen before such a big tournament. How have you been able to sort of prick the tension and the awkwardness of that, I suppose, to, come into camp and, play the way that you have to win this tournament?
Yeah, there's been no tension or awkwardness whatsoever. It's about having honest conversations and being really upfront and being really honest. And the only time there's awkwardness is when things are happening behind the scenes and you're trying to work things out or you're trying to pull things under or pull the wool over someone's eyes. So no, there's none of that whatsoever. It's been a great campaign.
Kushan Saka.
Hi Aaron, my question is this current Australian team has 5 test specialists. Often we hear about a team of T20 specialists, and you won with 3 fast bowlers who are test regulars and Warner and Smith who are also test regulars. So do you think it's a kind of a myth that a T20 team needs only T20 specialists per se?
Oh, there's a argument for all of it. Whichever way you want to structure up, we're lucky that 5 of our guys are brilliant test players and have been for a long time. So, but they've all proven themselves in T20 cricket as well. So I don't think you can read too much into however you go about that. I think it's important that you're picking guys for specific roles and they execute.
Last one, guys. Salman Khan.
Thank you. Finch, first of all, congratulations on your victory. What do you think what was the turning point of today's game, and how much does it benefit you in this matter today?
Sorry, what was the first? What was the? The turning. I thought the way that we bowled with the new ball in that power play was obviously really important. That first 10 overs to restrict New Zealand to, I think, 57. But we knew they were 1 down. It was always going to be tough because the dew started to come down quite heavy, which we hadn't seen at all in the tournament so far. But I think the turning point was when I got out for Mitch Marsh to be able to come in and play the way that he did. He was outstanding. That partnership with Davey was brilliant. The way that they put the pressure back on the opposition, it was exactly what was needed at the time.
Thanks guys. Everyone. We'll finish up there. Thanks very much for everyone for coming along. Thank you.
Everyone, thanks for your support.
Thanks, Finch. Well done, mate.
Brilliant. Thanks for